Hello and welcome to another edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of AttractWell, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hey everyone, really glad you're here today.
We're also really excited to have our friend Chrissy Chin here with us to share an exciting announcement. If you don't know Chrissy, I'm going to let her take the floor here in just a second and share with you who she is and the really important thing that she's sharing with you here today. I just want to tell you real quick, if you don't know, Chrissy is an expert in AttractWell and has built multiple massive businesses while raising kids and actually having a great family-centric life. Like, she really knows a thing or two about having a career, getting the tech right, and she actually teaches this stuff. So Chrissy, tell us, maybe just a little bit about you and this masterclass you're offering.
Yeah, Ashley, I love it because you're like, oh my gosh, she's doing all these things. We're literally launching another e-commerce business tomorrow. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like all of these businesses, but it is so fun. I love it so much. And Claire and I are business partners. We're sisters. She's not on this little call, but you'll see her tonight if you come to the class. But we just love helping people create professional websites that actually get people to take action and buy. So that is what tonight's class is about. We're going to dive into the science behind doing that. We've realized and kind of discovered this formula that we have used business after business for ourselves. Again, we're launching our third business tomorrow. And we have helped hundreds of people use this formula to get their website set up, to get their automated funnel set up that actually gets people to buy. And like Ashley said, to save you time. We were just on a retreat and one of our students shared with me, she's like, Chrissy, I have never spent so much time with my family this last year. And that just like warmed my heart so much that she is doing her entrepreneurial thing over the last year and she's spending more time with her family and she's signing these huge contracts. Like, it's amazing what she's doing. And she's used the formula that we are giving in tonight's class. So we hope that you can come. There's actually 3 live classes. There are no replays. So I want you to pick the day and the time that works best for you. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern is our first class. And then Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern is our second class. And then Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern is our third class. Again, it doesn't matter which class you come to. They are all essentially the same. It's the same message and teachings, but we are live. So there might be some little differences for you to come. So yeah, I think Greg will put the link in the chat. That'll take you to the page to pick your day and time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love interacting with people, so I'm excited to hear a little bit more about your business and how we can help you get an incredible website set up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for opening this up for everybody. And let me just reiterate here, you guys. And if you have been to any of Chrissy's trainings and you know how great her and her team are about websites, about this very back to basics, no BS mentality about creating websites that work, you know, you get it. So share in the comments if you know that that's true. And if you want to find out, attractwell.com/masterclass, head over there, take advantage of one of these completely free live trainings, unique live trainings that you only get access to live. It will not be a waste of your time. I promise. You will enjoy it and you will walk away with some ahas that you can even take to put into your own AttractWell account, because these guys are experts in our platform. So yeah, thank you so much, Chrissy.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you guys there.
All right. So you guys, we are here today to talk about offering calls, offering one-on-one calls or even group sessions from inside of your vaults and different offerings that you have in AttractWell. So Greg and I are going to pop out a video now that we got our fun little last minute announcement out of the way there. Quick reminder, attractwell.com/masterclass, head over there and pick one of those times. You will not regret it. It is awesome learning from those guys. Claire is a designer. Chrissy is an absolute strategic whiz. And their powers combined, and they're a lot of fun too. Their powers combined, they actually have some really fantastic content that is applicable, especially to a beginner, right? Like, they are super high level at what they do, but they have a real knack for teaching and demonstrating for folks who are maybe not as tech versed, right? So definitely check them out. All right, so today, as promised, we're talking about offering those one-on-one and group sessions from your vaults in AttractWell. Your vaults being the feature in AttractWell that allow you to offer memberships, programs, courses, and even private client dashboards. So today we're going to get into those, what that looks like to offer these sessions, and then some use cases and setup options for you in AttractWell for those use cases. And as always, we will get into live help and Q&A. As we always do, if you are here for a live review, go ahead and let us know. Just head into the Q&A and announce yourself. We do have a packed call here today. If you do have questions as we're going through today's content, or you're coming with a question and you'd like to work on that question here live, if you'd like to get Greg's perspective or mine on whatever it is, that's what this call is for. Add those questions to the Q&A. We are here for you. And you can get on the list if you want to join us. If you're watching this as a replay, attractwell.com/office hours. If you'd like to work together in a dedicated sense, like a couple of folks have signed up to do today, you can go to attractwell.com/work review and reserve a spot on an upcoming live session, just like this one. All right. And so when we do that, we actually spend part of the second half of these calls here together. And if you would like to have someone do work for you, that is also an option. You can go to attractwell.com/concierge to book a session with our team, get an idea of what it'll look like to work together, and then of course decide if that's what you want moving forward. Now, question for you, head over into the chat. I want to hear from you guys. Do you include calls? That could be one-on-ones, it could be group, with your programs or other offerings. Is that a part of what you are ultimately selling? I'm seeing some yeses. Or maybe this is maybe a yes and, or do you plan to offer those calls maybe as an upsell or an add-on to what you do? So maybe you have maybe you have content that you're presenting as a course, but for an additional fee, they get coaching. So it's a package of calls. And of course, that jumps the price of that offer up quite a bit, doesn't it? Because that's your one-on-one time. You betcha, I see it. All right, cool. All right, so in AttractWell, we use something called vaults to offer courses, memberships, group programs, communities, and private client dashboards. You can do all of these, one of these, three of these, none of these. You get to really choose exactly what that experience looks like in AttractWell. So today we're going to talk about some ways that you can offer those one-on-one or group sessions from inside of your vault-based offerings. So any of these things, memberships, courses, group programs, communities, private client dashboards, I'm going to talk about how you can offer these sessions from your vault-based offerings. So if you are here today and you're like, what's a vault? What's a course? What's a dashboard? How do I do it? We actually have an updated, awesome, easy to follow, small steps offer here for you. It is entirely free. It is inside of the Success Academy. If you actually go to your dashboard, you click Success Academy, click on those online resources and courses, and you can see here how to build your, and of course, we've got a nice little GIF that puts all of the stuff in here that it could be, because essentially what we're doing in this course is teaching you how to create, really to design and create the client experience you want inside of a vault or multiple vaults, depending on how many of these things you would like to have running in your business. So definitely check that out if you have not already. If you are a member of AttractWell, it is free for you. All right, so let's talk about some use cases that you might consider. If you feel like you have one that is outside of these, please head over into the Q&A. This is absolutely something I would love to discuss with you here on today's call. So if you have group coaching, a course, a workshop, a membership, anything that is intended to be group interactive, right? What you might choose to do is maybe offer recurring live group sessions. Now, we do have other trainings on how to do this where you simply post a Zoom join link and people don't have to register for these, right? But if you want them to be able to maybe pick from a select number of them, or you want them to be able to attend one per month and only one per month, right? There is a case for using our call booking or package features here in AttractWell to do this, right? So you can offer recurring live group sessions. You could also maybe allow, so maybe you have a 6-week program, and at some point during the program, everyone who is a part of it, they'll obviously maybe have access to the live group calls, but maybe everybody gets one one-on-one call with you, right? Or they have 3 one-on-one calls with you, and that's just included, right? So maybe you have a set number of one-on-one calls that are offered along with the vault per client. If this is a signature program or a private client dashboard, you could certainly do this as well, where you've got a set number of calls that are offered via a package. Now, if you are offering private client dashboards, and essentially what that is if you have unlimited vaults and classes as an add-on in AttractWell, you could create a private vault with its own chat room and everything, replicated resources, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel with every client. You can have one of these for every client that you have, private client, right? And it's a really great way to be able to, track metrics and communicate. And if you're really working in depth with clients, highly recommend this. And we do have dedicated training on creating private client dashboards as well. So in this case, you might include call package booking from within the vault, right? So you might link to or display the booking calendar inside of that vault so that they can book their next call with you without having to, go to a different page. They're already logged into your member area, right? And another option, so let's just say, for instance, you work with, maybe you have a signature program and you work with a private client in phases, right? So maybe in phase 1, we are getting on a 10-minute call every 3 days, right? And then in phase 2, we are getting on a 30-minute call once a week. And then in phase 3, we are getting on an hour-long call once a month, right? So in this case, you could actually have separate packages, right? And then you're unlocking those packages as they are completing parts of your program. So this is not we're not limited to everything that I've just mentioned here. I just kind of wanted to get the wheels turning for you guys to think about some ways that you can utilize this call booking functionality inside of your vaults. You can offer these at the point of purchase. You can offer these via automation so that they unlock at different stages or with certain actions that are taken and so on. So let's talk a little bit about how to set these up, and then I'll get into a little brief demo. And I do think that at least one of the people that we're chatting with today, I think is interested in offering calls. So we can talk about that with some of our live help as well. So if you want to offer recurring live group sessions, then what you could do is go into your booking events, create a booking event, right? Using your booking calendar in AttractWell. And then limit the availability to the session time. So if the sessions that you're offering for your group program are Wednesdays at 1 p.m., then the availability that you set up for this booking event is going to be Wednesday between 1 and 2 p.m., right? And it's an hour-long call. So essentially, you're allowing people to book themselves for this call, right? So in this case, you would actually have the calendar booking form inside of the vault, and folks would be able to book themselves directly, right? And this is a use case that I would recommend if you are wanting people to specifically reserve space on an upcoming call. If it's a free-for-all, they have access, therefore they, can go into any session that you offer, then just publish the schedule and put the Zoom join link there and use a campaign to send out reminders, right? But if you want them to actively book and commit, then you could use this as an option. When you do this, when you set up this booking event, obviously you want to make sure that the availability is one that coincides with the actual session schedule. And then you want to limit this booking for specific contacts. Now, I'm going to show you what this looks like in a moment, but what this looks like is you are limiting this to members of that vault where this is being offered, right? For your program, for your course, etc. You can also then create a page in your vault that offers registration and, of course, includes this booking event. So let me actually just pop over to AttractWell real quick to give us some context here, just so we don't get lost in the slides. Essentially, what we're doing is we're going over here to create a booking event. So here's under bookings, I'm going to go to booking types. I'm going to add a booking. And this is going to be for the Wednesday workshop for my, I'm going to call this Wednesday workshop. And this is an hour long. It's meeting via Zoom. I'm going to use, I'm actually going to have this auto create the meeting. So I want this to be a dedicated one. It's just for the Wednesday workshops. All right. And I can put a description in here. Of course, I'm not going to do that right now. But here's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to specific contacts. And I am going to limit this to people who are in this particular vault. So these are calls that are only available to people who are in this vault. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, so then under scheduling settings, of course, here I said those were Wednesdays. Let me change this up. Those are going to be Wednesdays from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Right? And of course, they are they're bookable in the future. If you know that you want people to be able to like book the next 4 if they want to reserve those, you can. If you're doing this once a week, you might just limit booking to 6 days in the future. That means that you know, if today is the day of the call, then well, you could do 7. They could book next week's call today as well, right? You can require minimum notice. In this case, I actually wouldn't require a significant amount of that. So yeah, that's what I would do is I would create a booking just like this and make sure that this is for specific contacts. And then I would put this inside of my vault, right? So the way that I do that, to put this inside of my vault, I would actually go create a page inside of my vault. And I believe it was this one. In here, I would create content or add content. I would create a page. And here I would have them, I'm just going to go from blank and then start with a section here. Here I'm going to say, Wednesday workshops. That's 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern. Attendees must register to attend. Use the form on this page to register. Right, so there we go. And then here, I'm going to delete what's here. I'm going to add a form tag. And then I'm going to go edit my form under settings, leads, fields and booking. I'm going to show a booking calendar and then go find that booking that I just created. There's my Wednesday workshop. There's, I don't need to include phone. There's name and email. I'm going to include this above the fields. After they register, I think I want to send them maybe, I think I want to send them to just back to the page for this vault. So I'm going to copy this link to the vault. I'm just going to send them to the vault's homepage. So here, web page or URL, here we go. So I'm going to send them back to the homepage for the vault. I am not going to use a campaign. You can absolutely attach a campaign to that booking event just to confirm that they're booked. But you should be good to go here. Tags aren't really necessary in this case because they're going to get reminders. There's not really a lot else you need to do with it. So we can go do a quick preview here and see if we did anything wrong, which I know we did. Look, you see how the form is here? Go to settings, leads, form shows on the page. And from here, we now have, there we go. We can book this one. Here we go, put in our name, and we're off to the races, right? So that is how we can actually include a booking form. Now, note that what I've just demonstrated for you, putting a page inside of AttractWell where you include a booking form, this is for more use cases than just these recurring live group sessions. This can be for private client dashboards or others where people are booking calls in packages. So this isn't just for booking session events or sorry, booking types. It's also for booking packages that would work for. You could also include a set number of one-on-one calls that you offer along with your vault. So that would be a call package, right? And you can, of course, allow booking from within the vault using the example that I just showed. But essentially what we're doing in this case, so just to give a real life example, let's say that you have a signature program, you're offering it inside of a vault, and people will go through the coursework, but they're going to meet with you 6 times, maybe once a month, something like that. So you're going to create a call package that maybe has those 6 sessions that are bookable within a set amount of time. And we're going to attach that call package to the point of purchase, right? So where they're buying access to the program, they're getting added to the vault, but they're also having that call package applied to them. And then just like I showed a moment ago, you can link to that booking form or use the page like I just did inside of the vault to share that booking calendar with your client. So let's go back over here real quick into AttractWell and see what that looks like. In this case, we're creating a call package. And so this is going to be for, all right, here we go. This is our 6 weeks to success. These are 6-hour-long meetings. I'm going to auto create. There we go. And this is a call package. It has 6 calls. And this is going to take place within 6 months, right? So what a month is roughly 30 days. So let's see. Yeah, so but you're going to put however many days somebody needs to be able to book. You can use a campaign if you wish to confirm that they've signed up for a session. That's perfectly fine, but it could be redundant. You don't have to do this because you're probably already sending stuff to them when they purchase. So I would actually just ignore this. So under scheduling settings, of course, make sure that you've got your availability set up here, following the trainings that we've done previously. Check against your additional calendars, right? Set up your reminders, email and text beforehand. If you want to use follow-ups, you can use those. So we would actually take this call package and maybe where we are selling something, we're going to not just add them to the vault, we'll also add them to this call package. So really quickly, let me switch my share back over here to the slides and get you to, here we go. I'm going to switch out of these slides because I need to get into a different account just so I can show you what this would look like if we were adding a call package to a point of payment, because the Jane account does not have a payment processor set up. All right, so let me get back over here and show you. So I'm in a different account now. What I would do here is if I am selling access to a vault, what I would do is, let me see. I'm just going to pretend like I'm adding a sales page. Here we go. And then in the settings for the page, under payments, you'll require a payment, you'll select your payment processor. And here you have the option, of course, to add them to a vault. This particular account doesn't have any vaults, but you can absolutely add them to a call package, right? So on your sales page, you can attach the call package here. If we are offering a vault, let's go take a quick look at vault payment setup. Because you could do this if you're using the vault checkout as well. So we can require a payment. There's our payment processor. We can add a plan. And here they're obviously going to be added to this vault, right? But if we want to also apply a call package to someone when they purchase this vault, we'll want to create an automation that applies the call package. So we can actually head over here to automations and then add an automation that applies the call package, right? So here's a call booking package. There we go. So we'll add that. And then right back over here on our vault, we can attach that. Of course, I need to refresh this page, but you would be able to attach that automation that applies the call package, right? So that is how you would add a call package in addition to something that someone purchased. You could use as well, you know, if you're getting on a call with them one-on-one, you could just offer an initial call and then enroll them in a package from there, but that would be the way that you automatically include it. All right, now, if you were to offer separate packages, like I mentioned previously, so maybe you're meeting with them every week for 15 minutes and then every month for an hour or whatever, you're not going to accomplish all of that with one package. You would actually be enrolling your contact at different phases of your program into different call packages. So in this case, you can create your different call packages based on what that looks like, right? So if it's, you know, 7-10-minute calls and 12-hour-long calls or whatever that looks like, you're going to create those. And then, like I just showed you, you're going to create an automation that applies those packages to the contact. And then you get to choose when those call packages are applied to the client. So you may have an initial one that's applied at the point of purchase, like I just showed, but you may also choose to apply that automation maybe after a particular lesson in a class is complete. So if you are, you know, creating, let's just say, for instance, an intake, like an onboarding class, which that's in our private client dashboard training, that's in our Success Academy. You can find a little bit more about that. Let me just create a new empty class here. So after a client has maybe finished the whole class, you do have the option down here under automations. So when the last lesson of the class is complete, you can enroll them in the next thing, right? In a series of classes with you. You can also attach automations to the specific lessons as well. All right, so if you want to offer call packages as upsells or add-ons, then essentially what you're going to look at doing is creating your call package or multiple packages, and then you're going to attach that to the purchase option directly, right? Like I showed on the page where there's actually a form for it, or you'll use an automation if they're checking out at the vault level. You can also add these call packages on with things like store purchases. Then you want to make sure if you are using an add-on. So let's just say, for instance, you are offering a program and the program's curriculum is in a vault. And some people in the vault will purchase this upsell of calls with you and some will not. If that's what you're doing, then you're definitely going to need to send a campaign that'll be attached to the call package that's going to invite them to book their first call, right? So you only want that campaign to go out to the people who purchase your vault plus the call package, right? Everybody purchases the vault. Some will purchase vault plus call package. They need a campaign to go and book their first call, right? And then, of course, you can have them book the remainder of their calls on your initial call, or you can allow them to just book as needed based on your offer, right? So you would maybe send them a link to the booking page, or again, when you have your initial call with that client on that package, you can then set up the remainder from there. I think it's a good practice if you are going to have a particular cadence of calls with a client and you've got them on a package, to go ahead and set up all of the calls in your series. And then, of course, give them the opportunity to reschedule and rebook as they need to. All right, so I am here to see if you guys have any questions to that end. And of course, we can explore any of these in greater detail. Let me see. Hi, Renee. I see that you are here for a review. Awesome. And you want to talk about your vault and how it's set up as well. Simone asks, can you set this up as a paid call? Yes, absolutely. So do you mean like a one-off paid call? So somebody can pay you for a single call? If that's the case, you basically have two options. And the two options are, number one, that you have a page, right? So we go create a page where we're selling that call. And actually, I think I've got a literal example right here. This is a package one, to be fair, but this one right here, and it works the same. It's just attaching a package versus allowing someone to book. So, or just allowing them to book. So this one here, actually, let me just show you the published page. So it'll actually show the payment form. So here, obviously, if this were a real sales page, we would have a great deal more information here, helping someone understand why they should make this decision. But here we go. We tell them to fill out the form. They put in their information, they fill out their card information, and then they come down here and they book. It could be as simple as this. The other option would be to, on this page, let's see. Here we go. Yes, on this page, under settings, you could choose to not show the calendar booking form here, have them pay basically, and then send them via your campaign that's attached to this page. Like if you want to take payment and then send them to booking, if that's the order that you want to follow, and not just have the booking and the payment happening all at once, which is really just, it's simpler, right? This is so easy for you and for them. But if for whatever reason you want this to be somewhere separate, you can create a link directly to that from over here in your booking types. Right? So you can actually link to this directly. So get link and then send that off to them via a campaign after they've purchased. So that's another option. Okay, let me see if I'm missing anything else before we get started. Let me see. I think Ivana, are you here as well? Okay, perfect. All right. All right, Renee, I'm going to go ahead and bring you up first, and then Ivana, we will work together on the call here today as well. Renee, I know you're wanting to work on your vault. Are you offering calls as well?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. I have a new product coming out called Love Unblocked in my vault. It's under the Love Camp. And I was just confirming that the setup for the what am I calling it? The group monthly calls are set up correctly.
Okay. Okay. And the vault is called Love Camp. All right, let me go grab that real quick and we can take a
And the
look
vault
together.
is so it's Love Unblocked is the bottom. I think it's at the bottom.
Oh, here we go. Oh, is this one monthly live Q&As? This one?
That one, yes.
Okay, perfect. So it looks like there's nothing in it right now.
Correct. So what I was thinking was that I just needed to do an entry video, but I wasn't sure what else I needed to add in there. Like, because me and my virtual assistant were wondering, people have to pay to get access to the vault. And so when we set it up, we did set it up with a sales page so that each time everyone would enter it, they would have to pay. So we didn't want to put the Zoom link, but we did want to put the set times that we're doing it. So I just wanted to confirm that's correct.
Okay. If you could describe for me, just layman's terms, sort of what you want the experience to be, just so I'm fully understanding what you want the client experience to be. You've got this Love Unblocked bundle. It looks like you've got some content in there, like course style content. You've got some pages in there. Is the Love Unblocked, it looks like you aren't charging for this one. So is this like a free community, free course, and then you're selling the live Q&As?
No, the Love Unblock has a sales page. And when they purchase on the sales page, they have the option to also purchase for upsell the monthly calls. And I'm hoping we set it up correctly. So the
Okay,
bundle
yes.
is on the sales page.
Okay.
And so if you go, so if you go to and it's to the left. Yes, that one.
Okay. Love that media section. This is good. Okay,
you.
good. Yeah, great sales page. Love this. Um, okay. Oof, good and long too. Yes. All right. All right, so we're offering, so they get the full bundle when they purchase, but they have the option to add on the calls, correct?
Correct.
And the calls are evergreen, ongoing, meaning
Correct.
once a month or
Once a
whatever that looks
month.
like. Okay.
Right.
And they receive access to those once a month calls. If they purchase on this page, they receive that in perpetuity.
No. So if
Okay.
they purchase this, and then when they go through the cycle, they'll get offered to upsell
Okay.
for the actual additional monthly calls.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Okay. So quickly, do you want them to see the opportunity to purchase that upsell immediately after they buy?
I do. And
Okay.
that was what I wasn't sure if we set up right.
Okay. So here's what I would do. Is that going to be a recurring cost for them to be in the Q&A community?
Yes, once a month.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so because that's a recurring cost, of course, that does need to be in a vault, and you did correctly set that up, or it is set up. It is correct that that is set up. I haven't looked at how it's set up yet. So what you want to do is after they purchase here, and you can actually just do this down here, send the lead to, let's create a page on your site where you are selling that upsell, right? You need to make the case for that upsell.
Okay.
When they so the call to action is, click the button below and we'll get you set up and get you access to this community. And where you're going to send them for that call to action is to the purchase link for this vault, which is, I'll show you, right? It's under the payments tab. It's going to be this checkout page link.
Okay.
Right? So,
Okay.
so after that sales page they have purchased, you're redirecting them instead of to a confirmation page. It's going to be a one-time offer, an OTO page, where you're going to make the case for them to get started with these Q&A calls. And the call to action button is going to point to this guy right here, and that's going to take them to where they go ahead and purchase this subscription. You could even tell them, you got a coupon code for it, and let them join.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
yeah, so make sure that checkout process is really centering that one-time offer, and make sure that your campaign message that goes out after they purchase is centering this one-time offer for at least a day or two after they've purchased. And then of course it's something that you can kind of have on repeat, right? You've got it linked inside of the primary vault that they purchased that has the curriculum in it. And then of course it can be, a little footnote in all the emails that go out, encouraging them to come check out what's happening with the Q&As. So
Okay, perfect.
yeah, that's how I would have that set up. That way that, you've just got the best opportunity possible to get the right eyeballs. When if they just bought, the likelihood that they'll add on something else is higher than it will be at basically any other time. So just take advantage of that opportunity.
Okay, perfect. We'll set that up. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Was that more or less what you were getting at with your questions? Did we do it?
Yeah,
We
and
got
then
it? Okay.
I just I think everything else is pretty much set up. We haven't finished putting everything in the vault, but I think we're on to a good start.
Okay, well, keep coming back. I can't wait to see how this goes for you. You're doing great work.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Oh, and you got some love for your work here in the comments as well. You're doing beautiful work. Yes, very, very nice. All right, Ivana, I'm going to bring you out now and we can chat about your setup. I think you've got a website and some other offerings as well. Hey, how can we help? It looks like you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right. So I think I had had listed my questions. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in the chat for you so you can kind of see them if you don't
Okay.
mind. And
Yep.
then that way we can kind of go from there. But thank you so much. You're awesome. Thank you so much for all this
Oh,
help. I'm so excited to do this, and it's like it's just my first website that I'm building. And I've been in the mortgage industry and real estate industry for a long time. And I want to teach people some things that will really help them. So that's why I'm doing this.
yeah, I love it. Yeah, so all right, so you've got 3 free introductory videos. You want people to opt in to be able to access them. And of course, I think those 3 videos, because I saw the longer thing that I think you had sent to Colin earlier this week.
Yes.
So where you put these videos kind of depends on how private you want to keep them and what you want the experience to be. The simplest path is to offer the videos, like sell the videos on an opt-in page, right? And then in a campaign, you're going to either drip one video out at a time, or you release a page that has all of the videos embedded in it, right?
Okay.
And so
Okay.
you have a couple of different options. And let me exit Renee's account here, and I can show you some examples of what this would look like. Let's see if I could get there. There. Yeah, so you're going to create a campaign after they opt in. You're going to link to the different videos that you want to share. Again, directly link, or the more optimal way to do this would be to create a page where each video is embedded in a page that is
Yes.
maybe giving a clear call to action, a reason to go and take action and purchase the remainder of what they see if they like what they see, right? So super, super simple. Option A is in your campaign. You're going to maybe link directly to videos. So
Okay.
you can actually, well, let me actually just go into campaigns. This is actually kind of an interesting thing that you can do. And
Okay.
it's going to help with the click-through rate, especially because these are videos that you're offering for free. What I would do here, this is going to be I'm going to call it the 3 video campaign.
Okay.
Just for, you're obviously going to name it better than I am because you have more time to work on this. All right, so what I'm going to do is in my first message, here's your first video. What you can actually do is you can click add video. Now you can't truly technically add video to email, regardless of where you're sending from, with the exception of like specialized services like Loom or something like that. But what you can do is this really cool trick in AttractWell. If you have your videos embedded in your content library down here, then you
Yes.
can actually click add video. And
Okay.
you can select the video that you want to add. So I'll just pretend that it is this one. And I'm going to redirect them to the page that I just mentioned. Maybe I have a page where the video is actually embedded. So we could
Okay.
send them straight to the video, right? This will just go
Okay.
nothing else is on the page, just a weird link on your URL that has this video. The better
Okay.
way would be to create a page with the video embedded that has a button with a call to action to go purchase, right? And so
Okay.
you could actually pick that from a list here, and then you
Okay.
can add video to email. And what you can't see here, because there's nothing happening on this video, is it
Okay.
actually looks like a live video is playing. It's actually animated. Maybe there's another one that I have here that actually has some video that you can see. It's really cool. It like creates its own GIF. Here we go. This is perfect. Yeah. So I'll pop this one in
Okay.
and you'll see that. So it's actually live.
Oh,
They'll
okay.
receive it like that. So they'll be more likely to click it, right? Because
Yes.
there's activity happening here. So I would, because this is a lead focused campaign, I would err on the side of more emails and making them wait, right? Because like if they don't give them all the videos all at once, right? Give them a reason to continue paying attention. Because if you're able to keep that attention going, then you're able to really build the case for them making the purchase.
Oh, I
Right?
like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you're saying put it in a campaign for the 3 videos. Okay, not
Yeah.
like in a products page or not in a vault.
No, a products page is going to, so a video you put onto a products page is going to be visible to anybody that makes it to the product page.
Okay.
And a product page is really where you're going to be. So a product page would be like, I am selling vintage coffee mugs, and and so I have images of my vintage coffee mugs and maybe a picture of somebody drinking one on a a fun mid-century sofa. That's where the videos in the product pages would go, or their purpose.
Okay.
If for whatever reason you were offering, the less optimal way to do this, but if you are very concerned about the visibility of your content or the shareability of your content, the most secure way to share it would be to add them to a vault so that it's password protected. And then
Okay.
they would be going into an online class. But generally for a lead magnet, that's kind of overkill, right? So what I've described here is essentially you're taking your 3 videos, you're creating a page for each that is making a sort of crescendo of a case to purchase,
Okay.
right? And so there's a button, there's copy on the page, the video is embedded on the page, nice and big. And ideally in your videos, if they don't exist like this already, maybe you cut in, a call to action at the end to, hey, if you like what you see, you're going to really love this, click the link below and you can get access to the whole course or whatever. And so then in your campaign, which is really what's doing all of the heavy lifting here, right? The landing
Yes.
page is going to collect their info. The campaign is going to introduce you, talk about your experience, your expertise, etc., and then drip. Here's the first video and why you should watch it right now. Here's what it'll do for you. And then the next video, here's, 7 minutes in, I reveal my biggest secret to XYZ thing. Here's the video. And then again, they're getting a little bit of a reason to open and watch. And then once they watch, they're getting a compelling reason to move forward. And so you do this for all 3 videos and you link them each in their own message, right? So day 0, that's what they get right away. Day 1, that's the next day. Day 2 is the day after that, etc.
Okay. Can you show me again really quick how I can, like when I create a page for each one, how to link it in here? Because I like this. You gave me a really good idea because I was thinking to put like on my menu, my website menu at the top, put free videos, free introductory videos, but I want them to kind of click through my website. So it's like, I don't want them to click on that right away. So you gave me a really good idea. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. To be fair, because it's a lead generating offer, it is very okay if someone goes to your website and goes straight to the place where you're offering something free and they put their name and email in. That just means that your website is doing a really good job. It's just so you know.
Okay.
And the likelihood that they'll keep coming back and clicking around your website more will increase if you're in their inbox telling them why they should, right?
Okay.
So it's beneficial to you if they go straight for that free thing and say yes to it, because now you've got them long term. If they're just a visitor and they've never opted in, they could be gone and you'll never hear from them again because you never actually heard from them. They were footprints that disappeared in the sand.
So you're saying
like,
that, yeah, it's okay to put it like on my menu list at the top of my page on my first landing page? You think it's a good idea?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't put it on a page where you have other offers. You don't want to have multiple offers on a page because that creates a conflict. If you give people more than one option, they'll take none, right?
Okay.
So you obviously don't place it where there's conflict, but having up in your menu free videos or free videos for realtors or whatever it is that you want to put there, that is a really smart and compelling thing to put very boldly in your header of your website. So in your your menu header.
Okay.
And then on pages where you're maybe offering something different, you would just choose to not show the website header.
Okay.
And
All right.
yeah. All right. So we are pretending to make a page that offers this, right? So I'm going to just go from what would be, I'm just going to go from blank.
I've been doing blank. I like the blanks and I just kind of customize it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to have a 1 column with header. This is the one where we're going to put our video.
Okay.
We're going to put, I mean, basically all we're doing here is trying to create a compelling case for someone to move forward, but we are going to have sort of like it's almost like a mini sales page, if you will. So maybe what I'll do underneath it is I will put a header, so like a thin header, where I'm going to put a button with a call to action. Underneath that, maybe I'm going to put a 3 column with header where I'm going to give benefit, benefit, benefit. And then down here, I will put a 1 column with header. I'm going to use this Excel header down here at the bottom just for a final call to action. So what I would do here is I would say, you know, video 1.
Yeah.
Benefit, 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 right? And here we would actually, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to embed the video.
Okay.
And so from here, we can just go ahead and select it. All right. I'm going to click this real quick and I'm going to change the width and height. I think, Greg, you might need to correct me here on this. Would auto or 100% be the better move if I want this to just be as big as it can be?
I'm muted. Probably 100%.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
So I'm going to just put 100% in here, go update. Beautiful. Yep. So now it's, well, no, it's not, the height isn't 100. So should I do 100% for the height as well? Ah, the height stayed at 360. Maybe I put 100% on height also.
Might not work. It shrinks it.
Nope,
Probably
that
gonna have
shrinks
to do
it.
something.
All right.
Yeah, you might need to do a pixel or some sort of, there's another element or measurement called VH, which is like vertical height. You could try something like 50 VH and see if that does that. That's like 50% of the height of the screen.
Got you. If we just, so Simone asked a great question here about adjusting the dimensions of the video as it shows up here, and how that might affect mobile. So that's actually why I'm asking, because I want it to be obviously as big as it can be, and we can drag, right? You can do that. And then of course you just need to go and, you know, look at your different devices.
Okay.
And
you could duplicate the video too, make a mobile and a desktop if you want very specific sizing.
Yeah.
Or
So
the other
anyway,
thing is, if you have a square video, that will work on both pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but basically what you're going to do, and you don't have to go and make it enormous. A lot of people are on their phones and it's going to, like,
Yes.
generally speaking, it's going to automatically size to a phone. So you could just leave it, right? And here we're going to say, watch the video below because blah, blah, blah. Here we're going to say, get started now because your video needs to give your call to action. And then I'm going to add a nice big button element. You just put that here. I'm going to take all of this down just a bit because it's just a little bit too big. There we go. And then, you know, this is where you can be talking about, right? You could be talking about the course, giving some details here. You could put some testimonials right here, right?
Okay.
And then, you know, this would be a final call to action. And then I would replace this with a button. And all of these would go over to the sales page or the checkout page for the course that you're ultimately selling, right?
Okay. Wow, that's a fabulous idea.
I would repeat this for all 3 videos. And then once you've got this, I need to actually give it a name. So this is going to be video 1.
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to make the title bar text and link path a little bit more appropriate than I'm doing here. This is available by link only, importantly. We don't want this to be searchable or discoverable via search engines. So by link only. I'm going to remove header and footer because I only want them to engage with the content on the page. So I'm going to save this. And now I'm going to just go grab view. I'm going to copy this. And you can actually see, here we go. This is going to take me over to the purchase, etc. And then what I would do is, you know, here's video 1. So, you know, we'd say high contact first name. We'd say everything that we want to say. We'd say, here's the video.
Okay.
And then just like I showed you before, we're going to go to add video.
Okay.
Because we want that animation to get them to actually go watch it. But I'm going to send them to, what do we call that? Video 1. Voila, right here. Video 1, add video to email. And so when they get sent this, they'll see this thumbnail that's animated, they'll click it, and then it will take them to this page where they could watch, and they'll get that call to action. And then the next day, maybe 2 days later, or once a week, however it is that you want to space it out, they'll get video 2 that's set up very similarly to this. And and so on. Yeah. And then of course,
Okay.
after you've sent all 3 videos, then you're just pushing the sales page
Okay,
in the
perfect.
campaign.
Okay. All right.
Was there more?
Yes, I do have a few more. So I was kind of copying my other question. Let me put it, I'll put it here in the chat.
Okay.
I'll just put it in here, and then that way we can kind of talk about it.
All right. Hi, Melody. You're in the Q&A. How does one change the color of one's website header from black to another color? At this time, the standard color for the header is white. And then on your pages, excuse me, your individual pages, you can choose whether or not the header and footer are dark. So the built-in footer, of course, would be the one that you can impact the light or dark on. So that's going to be, if you show header, you can go dark, and that's going to give you, it's not true black, it's like a very, very, very dark gray. But you can actually, and I'll show you what this looks like if we preview here. Oh, the font color. Yeah, so and see, that's the dark mode for that. The font colors are going to be editable over here under colors and fonts. And what you want to do is just look at a published version of your page of your website and see where things are showing up, and then, you know, see what colors you've selected to correspond to them. Typically, it's going to be your link colors, because the fonts that are showing up in your header are clickable, right? The majority of the time. So it's going to be like link hover is going to be, or link and link hover are going to be, I think, the primary ones that you want to pay attention to. All right, let's see. Ivana, next question. All right, in my vault under reminders, there's a section to add a friendly reminder email if they haven't checked in for a while, added text and a button to also provide them with a quick link so they can just click on it, and it should take them to the login page for their tier. When I click on the button, it states default. How can I check if this button is working since it's an email going to the client? Okay, so I need to actually get into your account for that.
Okay.
And what is the name of the vault?
The name of the vault is Basic Tier Program.
Okay.
The vaults are so interesting. I was like learning a lot with the vaults. Yeah, they're fabulous.
All right. Is there is there a particular website associated or a different name associated with your AttractWell account?
Mortgagemarketplace.academy.
Okay. There we go. All right, awesome. I was searching for your name. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to get over here and share so we can take a look at this together. So this is actually a class inside of your vault, or is this a vault level? Let me see.
It's a class, but it's a video tutorial basically. I'm putting there's going to be several videos in there. I've only uploaded like about 4, but there's going to be more on that one. I'm going to have like 3 tiers: basic, intermediate, and premium. But I'm starting with the basic right now, so I've uploaded like 4 of them in there already.
Okay.
I love the order, how they look. I mean, it's just fabulous. I probably need to do a little more editing in there. I'm not done yet, but.
Okay. So we're using pages for this as opposed to a class.
Yes,
Okay.
pages.
Okay. And so inside the vault, here we go. But you said you were setting up reminders.
Yes, I did like a reminder, like under the tab for reminders.
Oh, right, of
that
course.
One. Yeah, that's
okay.
all right.
Yeah, here we go. So oh, so here you just need to edit the link so that it says you know, get started or something like that. And then also it needs to go somewhere. Now,
yes.
where do we want them to just come back into this vault, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so what we would do is I'm going to copy this link right here. That's the actual link to the vault. So I have, so we're going to say get started and then the URL.
Okay.
Oh, what did I just do? Hello. I can fix that. This one. All right. So we paste that in there. And so that'll take them back there. And then also importantly, you want to include this personalization tag.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so that should be fine.
Okay.
And I believe maybe we could just go ahead and copy some of these elements here.
Okay.
And yeah, again, here we would paste that link to the
Should
vault
I
for
be
them to log in.
okay? Should I be clicking on open a new tab for them or no?
It's
Open
going to
in
be
a
in their email, so it doesn't really matter.
okay.
Opening in a new tab is important when whatever page they're on is one that you want them to not lose.
Okay.
So like, for instance, if you are going to link for whatever reason to a page outside of your vault from in your vault, I would
Okay.
use open a new tab because you don't want them to struggle to get back
Oh.
to your vault content.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it.
All right, so get started.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how do I get them to that? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there you go. So
Okay.
that's yeah, that's good to go. Awesome.
Good, good, good. I'm trying to do it. Yeah, okay, good. So then I'm gonna keep going. Oh, okay. Also right there, I just well, that's good that you took a look at my vault, because like you said, I'm doing pages. Instead of class, I checked the classes, but in the classes, I noticed that I wasn't able to upload my video. So I was doing it through pages.
Oh, you can absolutely add classes to video. You could add video to classes. You could add as many videos as you want to classes, in fact.
Okay, because I
the
tried yesterday.
layout, the layout for classes is sort of set. So if
Okay.
you want the particular browsing experience for a page to be really dialed in, obviously pages are the highest customization order of, any feature in AttractWell. You can make a page, especially if you can code, you can make a page do basically whatever you want. But a class is going to have, let me actually show you here real quick.
Okay.
Sometimes this is the more effective way to do things. There's nothing wrong per se with the page. It's just if you have content that you want people to work through in a particular order, then sometimes it is beneficial. So I'm just going to start from an empty class here.
Okay.
It's up at the top. So if you create a lesson, so we go to add content. This is going to be, what is this? Mortgage marketplace. I'm going to add content. And yeah, in the first lesson that you create, there we go. Yeah, the very first place you can go right here is to embed a video.
Okay, because it looked like it would be easier for me to, because like, for example, for this tier, I have about 7 videos. So it looked like the class would be easier to upload each video, but I couldn't find this section right here. I did like the way the pages looked. When you get into that tier, I like the way the pages looked. The kind of it had a little, like the visual, and then I just got to make sure that I'm trying to learn how these buttons, how to get them to the right place when they click on a button. See, I like how they see all that.
And you can do that inside of these lessons as well. So if we put, I'll show you here. So here's lesson 1 and I'll create it. And of course, you can add a video here. I know you don't have any that we can add, but you can change the image here as well.
Okay. All right.
So this is brandable in the exact same way that that it is here. So you can do this as well. So the reason why you might consider using a class is that you might want to share information, guidance, even opportunities for upsell from inside the vault, and you want a clear differentiation from the content they purchased and the other stuff, right? And you can absolutely achieve this with pages as you're doing. Like what you're doing isn't necessarily wrong. It just might be more work for you than you necessarily need to do. Yeah,
I noticed it was more work.
Yeah, you can make it beautiful, right? But all this information, like, yeah, you can plug this in, you can have images in there, you can have, and this is where the actual lessons get really cool. You can have discussion, you can require homework in order for them to proceed. You can choose to have the lessons only unlock in order. So in order for them to get from A to B, they have to complete A, right? So you have a lot more control this way. You also have the ability to apply automations if, if a particular lesson is complete. You
Mhm.
can also see on your contacts card whether they've opened a lesson. So if somebody, if you're getting feedback from someone or if they have questions about something, you can actually go and see what lessons they've opened or completed inside of your course as well. So you get, I think, a more accurate data set if you're going about this using classes as well. But again, I mean, if aesthetics are the priority, pages are the way, right? But
Oh, really? Okay.
this still looks beautiful when it's done, or
Mhm.
can look beautiful no matter how you set it up, and it's super functional. I'll show you an example.
Okay.
Um,
Because while you're doing that, the reason what
oops.
I'm gonna have like a separate vault, because what I'm doing is I have my tiers, basic, intermediate, and premium. And then if they have questions, I'm gonna have a separate vault. I added a vault. And so I'm going to have community where if they have questions and things like that, then it's going to be a monthly membership for that because it takes time because I created these videos and they took a long time and they
Mhm.
have a lot of information. So if they want more information, they're going to have to sign up for a monthly membership. And
Mhm.
so they can ask questions and I can give them more guidance. Because that's kind of where the moneymaker is the
Yeah.
monthly membership, you
That's right.
know?
That's right. Yeah. So I think that makes even more of a case for you using classes for your content
Okay.
so that your sales page can be your sales page. And it's also like how you can you have better structural control that way as
Okay.
well. So this is a very extensively full vault of content. So
Okay.
it's got branding up here at the top. And it's got branding for each of these elements. So you can't necessarily tell that this is a page, this is a class, this is a discussion
Right.
room, this is an external link. Actually, all three of these are external links to somewhere outside of the vault. But you can't tell that by looking at it,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So we'll go into this one. This is a class. People can
Okay.
also see the percentage that they have completed in
Oh,
here
I
as
like
well.
that.
And then each of the lessons you can brand these as well, right? So you still have that control. And then once you get into these, so let's just say I'll go into this one, you can have downloads. You can even have, let me see if I've got another one here. I think this one, I'm trying to remember which one of these has like multiple. Yeah, here we go. You could even put multiple videos in the same lesson. So this is the one that I actually attached up at the top. But
Okay.
then you can also embed more of them on the page.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Because
it's better organized this way.
it's better. Yeah, I like the fact that because on a page I won't be able to tell their progress, right? Only on a
That's right.
class.
That's right.
Oh, okay. So I like it. And the class seemed easier and like how I wanted, like it just seemed easier because the pages, like you said, it's more work. The pages was more.
Mhm.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
question for you on the class, because I know on a page, when you upload your videos, you can click on whether or not you want to share that video. I do not want to share the videos. So, and if I do them as classes, I want
Mhm.
to be able to stop them from being able to download my videos. I mean, they
Right.
can view them. So is that still doable in the class
Yeah.
where they,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. In fact, the video is just embedded into the lesson, right? So
okay,
there's no link to like they can't
okay,
share a link that'll take somebody else there to it, right?
okay.
Because it's stuck
Because
inside the vault and the vault is password protected.
because my videos are uploaded on the video page on that page. That's where the videos go, right?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like
Okay,
they're inside of a vault. They're protected in there.
okay,
Yeah, it's just it could just get like messy organizationally. And of course, again, like depending on how many more of these lessons you're going to be adding and how many more of these vaults you're going to create, not using an online class as a
uh-huh.
structural feature to deliver these videos could become really like labor intensive for you.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. So I'm copying. Can I keep going with a couple more questions? Not too many more?
Yeah, just a couple more is fine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So,
Okay, so in your vault, under payment setup for the box that's titled after someone pays, send them to, I use the drop down to select thank you confirmation page. Yes. The name of the page is showing up on your checkout page.
yeah, on my checkout page, when I viewed my checkout page,
Uh-huh.
that title there, it shows there on the left-hand side, there's like a little header that shows, a thank you confirmation page. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there. I mean, the
Huh.
page itself is good, but see how it's right there on the left-hand
Oh,
side?
oh,
I'm like, how do I
okay.
get rid of that?
Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, no, this is pretty simple. So if we go to your payment setup,
Mhm.
it's right here, right? So this is actually, you've got it correctly connected down here, but here,
Oh,
we don't need to have this here. This is your sort of final checkout message. So what you
okay,
put here is going to be, because you're probably using a separate sales page. This is where I would put a reiteration of what they're getting access to, right? It's just sort of a reminder of here's the fine print, if this is what you're using to check out. If you're using this as a sales tool, you need to be a bit more extensive, right? Like you need to have the selling
okay,
language on here. So this is either a reiteration of what they've already been sold on a sales page, or any of those 3 pages that we discussed, actually. Because if you do a fair
okay,
amount of selling on those 3 video pages, you can send them to this page where it'll just have an outline of what's included. They've got an opportunity to check out and you're good to go.
okay,
And that's the information. So what shows up here is right here under the payment setup. It's this checkout page message.
okay. All right, perfect. Okay, I'll put this in the box now, this last question, but I'll
Okay.
kind of just basically when I was setting up I was looking at the payment,
Mhm.
setup page, right there,
Yep.
that payment setup page. And when I did add a plan right here, right here, a couple questions. If you look at the note on the bottom, I was a
Mhm.
little concerned about that, about the prices can't be changed. So I did ask Colin and he said that because I'm like, wait a minute, because what I was trying to do is start with some prices and then maybe change them in January.
Mhm.
He's like, okay. So I asked him, do I have to delete the whole vault to change the page? And
Oh
he's like,
gosh,
no.
no.
Okay.
You could have 50 of these and you can choose which are active whenever you want them to. So
Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
you can activate and deactivate them once you have them in the list. So for instance, you're going to have your starting price and you'll have that set up here and you
Okay.
create that plan. It is automatically going to add them to the vault, of course. And any other automations you want to run, et cetera, you can do that. Automatically, if someone purchases the vault, they're typically going to be brought to the page to enter their, to set up their login credentials, whatever, or it'll take them straight to the vault itself that they purchased. So it's actually, the vault checkout is one of the easiest ways to deliver product in AttractWell.
Okay.
Easier than a sales page, in fact. But yeah, you
Okay.
set this up, and then once you've set this up, obviously you can use it. You just can't delete it, but you can create another one. And then when you don't want
Okay.
to use that one anymore, you can create another one. And then you can just check or uncheck whichever ones are valid at any point in time. So if you're
Oh,
offering a coupon code that is only good for the week of Black Friday, you're going to create one of these that reflects that pricing with the
okay.
coupon code right here where it says coupon code.
Okay.
And then, on the Monday after Black Friday, you're going to go in and uncheck the box for that plan. So it's no longer
Perfect.
available.
Okay. Okay. And then one last quick question, since you're right here, where it
Mhm.
says initial payments and recurring, you can
Uh-huh.
only click one or the other, right? We can't do both.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you can adjust the price on the first payment by negative or positive dollar amount,
Okay.
right? So it can be, the $1 for your first month, and then the recurring payments are $10 per month, right? So this would be $10 every month, adjust the price on first payment by -9, and it is $1 for their first month and $10 a month thereafter.
Okay, the reason I was asking that is because remember how I had said I'm going to have the three vaults, basic, intermediate, and premium, and then
Yeah.
I want to have a separate community. I just
Mhm.
didn't know if I could, because I was talking to Colin about my community page, the membership plan. That's why I added another vault,
Yeah.
so that they can choose whether or not they want to do that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's why I was asking about this, because on the vault pages you can add a discussion, but then I wanted
Yes.
to be able to charge them once a month if they wanted that.
Yeah. 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 So basically what you would be doing is there is a vault for each tier. And then there
Yes.
is an add-on, that optional upsell that would be recurring, actually very similar to what we were actually just discussing um, with with Renee just a bit ago, right? Like she's got her course, people can purchase the course, but then after
Yes.
they purchase the course, they've got an upsell for community, and the community is a recurring purchase inside of a vault.
Yes.
So that community is separate in that case. So you
Yeah.
have similar to what she has, except you would have those 3 different vaults, and they get to choose which one based on where they are in the process with you or their work or whatever.
Yes.
And then they all have the opportunity to purchase that additional vault.
Okay. Okay. So by doing a separate vault for community, it's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If your content is such that you need to be gating content, but you want everybody to be able to be a part of the same community, 100% you want to have a vault.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you so much. This is fabulous. I can keep going. I think I'm going to switch it over to a class
Yeah.
instead of the pages. I'm going to
That'll
try it
be-
today and then,
Yeah, I think operationally that'll be more scalable for you because you're going to be creating 2 more of these. It'll
yeah,
be
2
so much
more. And I've
easier.
got several videos for each tier. So
Well,
it's a lot of work.
So videos, obviously you're going to be adding like, 1 piece at a time, but let me just show you a cheat code to creating classes really quickly. So I'm going to, and you can delete both of these when
Okay,
we're done
that's fine.
here. I'm going to use this from my own outline. I begged
Okay.
Greg to use this one because this is my favorite way to create classes, because I typically have everything planned out that I want to say, and I want to get the bulk of it just done so I could just go into the class, make minor adjustments, and have the whole thing done in 30 minutes, right? So here the vault already exists. Well, I'm not going to fool around with this just yet. No vault, just create the class. So what's the class name, right? Give it the name. If you're going to have modules, right,
Oh, look.
you could
Mhm.
go ahead and establish that, name the lessons. If you are allowing discussion, you can go ahead and put your discussion prompt in there. You give the description that's going to show up in the main body, and then you can just get the whole skeleton of the course created right
Okay.
here. And
So
then
like for
once,
each video, right? Like the modules would be like for each video?
so the lesson would be for each video. I would repeat the name. So the module is just a tier of organization. So let's just say, for instance, if you were to put everything all in one, right? So if this was level 1, so level 1 would be the module, and this would be video 1, right? This would also be level 1,
Okay.
and this would be video 2,
Okay.
right? And then this would be level 2, and this would be video 1, right? And then you can put your description in, etc. And then this will just create the framework for you. And
Okay.
and the cool thing is about this, and just to come back over here and show you, let me see. Well, these are actually just the titles. You have the option to have like an additional headline for your modules, right? So like the module could be the getting started module, and then this is the name of the series of videos, and then you get further down here. So it's almost like creating an outline, right? You
Yeah.
can, when you're using this creator, you could also just ignore this. You don't need to use this. Like if it's basically a single module for the whole course, it's 7 videos, don't fool around with module, just put, the
Okay.
name of each lesson that the different videos will be in.
But if I was to differentiate between level 1 and level 2, would that be like my different tiers? Like
Well,
level 1, no?
I was using that just for the purpose of illustration here. You're
Okay.
offering those in different vaults. So you're going to be
Okay.
like, this is the process that you would actually be following. I just wanted to show
Per
you how
vault.
modules work. Yeah, per
Okay.
vault, I would have the name of so I wouldn't call it video 1. I would call it
No,
whatever
I
you're
know.
calling. Right.
Okay.
And so you do that for each of these, pop your description in here. I know you're saving discussion for somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then you've got the skeleton done. Then you've got the class built, and all you got to do is go and plug in your videos. And,
Okay.
and it's ready to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to do the classes. I'm going to switch it.
Yay. Awesome.
You guys are
Awesome.
fantastic. Thank you.
Of course, we appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. All right, so many really awesome questions today. We did go a bit over, but I hope you guys got so much out of it. You guys are doing incredible work. Thank you, Renee and Ivana, for sharing your work and coming out with great questions, and all of you, of course, here who have contributed to the discussion here today. really excited to see what you guys do with this. And of course, if you have requests for things that you would like to learn how to do in AttractWell, then of course, let us know. We could even do an entire training based on a use case to find unique that you want to employ here with us. All you got to do is reach out, let us know. We look forward to seeing you back here same time next week. Till then, have a great week, everybody.